Hi. The idea for the next two pieces I came across by sheer chance. I was hunting through a local antique shop, and at the very back of the shop, very badly damaged, I found two stained glass panels. The colours, the size, the shape, everything appealed to me. So I decided I'd want to find out how much these were to buy them. So the owner was contacted and a price was agreed, and I became the very proud owner of two very badly damaged stained glass panels. At this stage I had no idea what I was going to do with them. So I couldn't wait to get home and look up the yellow pages, and I came across a stained glass restorer in Portadown. So I gave Michael a ring. He very kindly invited me to bring them down that afternoon. When opening the boot to show him these panels, he got very excited. Because the centre painted panels weren't damaged, so we were thrilled that he actually was able to date them to the 1860s. While the panels were being restored and new lead put in them, I spent this time trying to find the images that I wanted to put behind these panels. With knowing their age, I wanted to find something in and around that era to paint. So I visited a lot of old local stately homes and houses, looked in courtyards just to get a feel or an idea of what I want to paint. I came across Mount Stewart. I went down to the National Trust property and spent ages going around their gardens, which are absolutely beautiful, and discovered that my favourite view was out across their formal gardens. So that's where I started my ideas to develop. From the windows in Mount Stewart, there's a lot of creepers and ivy and all hanging over. Lady Londonderry actually designed the gardens, and it ended up that the frames that I put round these stained glass windows were actually the same frames that were used in the Guildhall in Londonderry. So that was all very exciting to have that lovely connection across some of my different art pieces. It was very early autumn when I was down in Mount Stewart, and I just loved the colours, the subtlety of them. The plants, some of them had started to lose their leaves and you could see through them, and I just got lost in doing these oils. Michael gave me a call. I got so excited that he had the panels ready. So when I saw the panels, it was just amazing to see them set over the oil paintings, and as you moved across them you could see texture in the glass, like if the paintings were moving. It was just beautiful. But I went back to how I was going to frame them, how to make them feel the way that the windows did down in Mount Stewart. I actually decided to make a void between the painting and the glass, and in this void I made very delicate ceramic leaves to fill the void and to give the feel that I got from Mount Stewart, that lovely cascading ivy that was coming over, and the way the colours were just sort of filtering down and the light was filtering down from the top of the windows. With this void, it also created the effect that there was the recess of the window on the outside. So I came to actually putting the frame around it, and obviously this is a very heavy frame, and I used an engraving tool to carve into it and to age it just the way the Guildhall windows were aged. They were like a really old, beautifully soft tones of sandstone. When I had it all together, I just felt there was a wee bit of a heaviness. So as the frame was being constructed, I asked my framer across the top of the frames to introduce like a platform of perspex, and hopefully when they're eventually hung flush on a wall, the light from the ceiling will actually be allowed to come in through the perspex and filter down through the leaves, and to give that feeling of the light that I got in early autumn down in Strangford. I love the way the light hits the stained glass, and from some angles you don't even see the painting. So it can be quite a nice surprise when you come round and then all of a sudden you see the view through the window. It isn't just clear glass, and it was so nice to work with the two media and to see how they would sit so well together. This effect sort of takes me back to my childhood when I read the book The Secret Garden, and again it isn't always obvious, and that's the sort of effect that I want these to be able to create. The way the light's distorted, even though there's immense detail in the painting, you have to look really closely through the glass to see it. Now looking at these two pieces finished, it rekindles that sense of wonder of a secret garden, and it draws you in to have a closer look. Thank you.